Get out of bed, lazy We were supposed to meet the guildmaster on the other side of the river, but that was an hour ago. We better get going. Race you there.
Hello and welcome back to Fable. So in the last episode we went through a bunch of little training, or a little bit of a training exercise, a side quest, got the bulk of the cutscene stuff out of the way, and now we are an actual apprentice of the guild. Now we're going to go see the guild master, but there's a couple things that you want to do along the way. And you want to just kind of check all the bookshelves you can find, because some of them will have books which will be relevant later on. Between the episodes, there was a cutscene that I didn't realize hadn't recorded. So yeah, it was an overview between the kid growing up and becoming the apprentice as expected. So I'm not gonna go picking and scraping to try and fight and get it redone. But yeah, there was a cutscene in between them that is going to get admitted, but I don't think that's going to be world-ending to this playthrough at all. So now we've checked all of those bookshelves, we're actually going to come down here. There's a couple different ways. This isn't too much of a maze. As you wander through it, you'll get more and more used to it. But the library in here has books galore. Now, books don't take up any inventory slot or weight beyond... Actually, I don't think the game has weight at all. That guy just phased right through the bookshelf. Fantastic. Yeah, they're not cumbersome. They're not in your way, so collect them all. They are for a side quest later on. We'll just go like this. Check every single bookcase. And there we go. Now, I had picked up a couple apples in the last episode, and I'm going to pick up a couple more because there is somebody who is going to want some help. Another thing is this guy right here is gloating about how fast he is. So what we can do is we can race the timer, and if we get to the demon door and back in under 50 seconds, then he has a small reward for us.
The demon door and back in 50 seconds. Beat that. Right then, get to the demon door and back and talk to me in 50 seconds.
So one thing to note is all this stuff that I'm doing, this side stuff, is all stuff you can do as a kid as well. So if you just want to get it out of the way earlier, then you can. But this just seemed like an okay time to do it, so I'm not overly concerned. But yeah, this is the demon door that you're racing to and from. You just have to get close enough, I believe, to activate the lock-on, like that blue frame around it, and then that qualifies as close enough to the demon door. And then you're just going to race back to this other guy. It's pretty tight timer, so if anything blocks your way or anything, you're likely going to fail it. Like, I did okay, and...
You didn't even get to the demon door, so that run doesn't count.
Oh yeah, so I didn't get close enough. So yeah, that's all you have to do with that. I'm not going to sit here and try and do it again and again and again, because it's only for 25 gold. For that small amount, even this early on, it's not worth... picking and fighting and worrying about. But I did see a pair of apples along my way, so I now should have 4. Let's go quickly check our inventory screen. No, not equip. If I remember, quest equipment. Oh yeah, right, have to switch categories. So I have 4 cooking apples. I almost forgot how to use the menu altogether for a second there. But you're going to take the 4 apples, and if you bring them all the way up here into... This appears to be like a mess hall type thing. And talk to this lady.
Can you help me out? I have to make an apple pie for the guildmaster at the end of the week. But I can't find any more red apples. I only need another 4. If you find enough, can you bring them back here? I'll reward you. Thanks. Thank you so much. The Guildmaster will get his pie. Here, have this.
And we have now gotten a blueberry pie, so things like that will help with healing and stuff. Bearing in mind that the game does have an appearance mechanic where, like, the more the more a food will heal you, the more it'll cause you to gain weight if you overeat, and if you stick strictly to potions to heal up, then you'll be skinny for the entire game, or very slender. So that's just something to bear in mind when you are using objects. But now we're going to continue on with our actual training.
You can put that old stick away. We'll begin training with real weapons now. Get used to the weight of this sword, and let's see if you can hit Whisper with it.
So yes, we've now
Come on,
upgraded to
Let's see what
using
you
a
got,
sword.
farm boy.
So this one's pretty simple. It's the same thing. Just walk up to Whisper and just keep swinging away just like you were with the dummy, and you'll get past this really quickly.
Now pay attention. What I'm about to teach you could well save your life one day.
The life of a hero is a dangerous one, and you must learn to block your enemy's attacks if you expect to live long. Whisper will try to hit you, but you can block her attacks with your sword. Not all blows can be blocked, but you should be able to handle anything Whisper can throw at you.
A little bit of shade from the Guildmaster. So yeah, all you have to do with this one is lock on and just hold your, well, if you're on the Xbox, your right bumper, and you're just going to block all the attacks that she throws at you.
You can't stop me every time.
Come on, let's hurry this along.
Well done. Now let's see if you can combine attack and defense. Ah, hello, Thunder. Come to check on your sister's progress, have you?
You could say that. Whisper told me you've got a training with some farm boy.
Maze thinks the boy has great potential.
Enough to keep up with my Whisper. Ha!
Well, why don't we see? Whisper and the boy are just working on their melee skills now. All right, children, let's see who has learnt the most in their training. This will be a no-holds-barred duel, just like your final melee test. Prepare yourselves.
Alrighty, so now we're actually taking Whisper on for real. She's pretty simple. You just get a couple attacks, and she's, if you're competent with dodging and blocking.
That's all wrong, Whisper. You need to practice more. Shame you couldn't see me fight in the arena. You might have learned a thing or two. Keep training if you want to go there yourself one day.
I could have beaten him if you hadn't stopped us.
We have few enough heroes as it is, without the two of you tearing each other apart in training. Speaking of which, meet me as I make my way to the archery range, when you're ready to continue your lessons.
Oh, and about your melee performance.
Excellent. Fight like that in your melee exam and you'll do well.
Then meet me by the archery range to continue your training.
So yeah, as you saw, Whisper's pretty easy to beat. Sometimes I don't get hit by her at all. It's not that big of a deal if you do or don't. Once you've done all the training, you'll be able to come back to each one and do them again.
Let's continue our training with the bow.
To begin with, see if you can hit the 3 stationary targets, and put some effort into it. The longer you pull back your bowstring, the more damage you will cause. But make sure you stay within the circle.
So yeah, the easy thing is lock on, draw your bow, shoot the 3 targets. Oh. Yeah, sometimes your lock on won't change.
Well done! You hit all the targets. Unfortunately, most foes don't stand still. So let's see how you fare against moving targets. You have a minute to score as many points as you can. The front target is worth 1 point, the middle one is worth 3, and the one at the back will score you 9 points.
And remember, the longer you pull back your bowstring, the more damage the shot will cause.
More damage means more points, but you have to balance power, firing rate, and accuracy. Let's see what you can do. Come on, lad. Get your bow out.
Okay, so now that we've got our bow, you just want to click your left stick down and zoom in, and it's pretty simple exercise. You just kind of timing stuff out.
Plenty of power. Lovely.
You want to try and hit the one in the back, but it can be a bit awkward to judge where when to let it go. But I really wouldn't worry too much about the points. I'm not sure what the threshold is, but I don't think I've ever failed this exercise, so... Oh, too early. Coming back. Oh, got it. So yeah, you're just going through collecting as many points as you can. I think if you have a really weak shot, it might not actually count. Like, it actually has to register doing some kind of damage. But, oh, used to be a little bit better at this. Oh, got the one in the back. Fantastic.
Excellent shooting, my lad. Do that in your skill test and I'll be most impressed.
Next, we will learn about the ways of the will. Speak to me when you're ready to continue with your training. I'll be heading to the island by the waterfalls.
Okay, so he's going to take a little while to get there. So I'm going to actually show something off along the way, I believe, if I can. We'll take a look, and if not, then I'll show it probably on the next episode. This is the demon door.
Your path is dark. Only a light will reveal it, and you are not bright enough.
So that's a hint. This one's very, very... Oh. Nope, not my save. There we go. If you go into your equipment, and I believe it's under... it would probably be here if it is under key items. Oh, I don't have it yet, so I will get a lantern in the next episode, and all I have to do is turn the lantern on, and talk to the demon door, and he'll open up.
It's time to learn about will powers. We'll begin by striking these strong dummies with lightning.
All right, let's see what you've got.
So the easy way to do this is I like to just stand over here, just kind of target, and if you hold your left trigger, as soon as it turns around, it should snap to the next one.
That's it. See how many you can hit in half a minute. Only attack dummies that are facing the center of the island. You won't get any points for hitting one on the back. You'll only waste valuable mana. Using your willpowers depletes your mana, and once used, it takes time to replenish.
So we'll just do the same thing right over here. You just want to be careful not to hit the guild master. Alrighty, and there we go. So,
Excellent use of magic.
very simple.
Well done.
Very good, lad. You have learnt the 3 hero disciplines. We can now move on to your final test if you're ready.
or you can spend some more time exploring the guild. I believe Whisper is about to go into the guild woods, if you wish to join her. Very well. I'll be in the map room when you're ready to continue.
Okay, so now that we've completed the actual training, there's actually a couple things that we can do. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go to the guild woods and interact with Whisper, as the guild master did make a note of that. Oh.
Come on, let's hunt beetles. I'll follow you into the woods. The beetle nest is just at the top of the... Wait. Did you hear that? It's coming from over there. Bandits. If only we could get across that stream. I know. Why don't you use your bow? Or some of that lightning the guildmaster taught you? I'll heal you if you get hurt.
Okay, so yeah, we just have 3 bandits here to take out. The longer you draw back your bow, the more damage it'll do, so it should only take a couple of these. Oh, messed up my modifier. So yeah, the more hits you do, the more damage you do without taking a hit. Your little experience meter at the top left corner underneath my mana, that will go up, and for every hit that you get...
Did it! Did you see the look on their faces? Wait till the guildmaster hears about this.
Okay. So yeah, every hit that all the damage I do will be multiplied by that multiplier up in the top left corner, and that determines how much experience will drop when an enemy goes down. So now we're going to go back to the Heroes Guild, and then we're going to redo the 3 tests we just did, because we'll get upgraded items for doing that. Okay, so the first one that I'm going to do is
right. This melee combat
the melee one.
Counts. Right, let's get Whisper and you in the ring. Same rules as before. I have a special prize for you if you manage an A+. All right, you can stop now. That was very impressive. Whisper should be ashamed. A+. That grade means I can award you a new weapon.
Okay, so we got ourselves the Iron Katana. So yeah, this is definitely worth getting. And each one of these will have an upgrade of some kind. That one was actually pretty simple, so yeah, I got through that pretty easily. So the next one we're going to do is the archery one, and it's the same thing. We're going to try and get as many points as we can, and if we get enough points, they'll award us a new weapon.
Now the guildmasters asked me to grade everyone's archery skills. And if you get an A+, you'll receive a special prize. You've got 1 minute, starting when you fire your first shot.
Okay, so it's the exact same thing as the archery one. You want to come over here and aim on the left side there. And you're ideally trying to hit the back one again. It's worth 9 points. But don't stress too much about it. It's pretty, I found it's pretty liberal with how many points you need, but I don't know how liberal, so just keep that in mind. There we go. I'm actually having some pretty good luck with it. And, oh, just the back one. Got a little bit greedy on that. How did I miss both of those? That's awful. Yeah, if you're better at leading off your shots, this is a lot easier.
That was superb.
Get this guy just because he's in the way. Oh.
Wow, you set a new high score. Wow, I've never seen any better than that. You got an A+. The Guildmaster said if anyone shot brilliant, I could award them this.
Yeah, so we get a U crossbow, so I'm going to equip that. I may not stick with crossbows. They do a lot more damage, but they fire a lot slower, so they can be a bit cumbersome in battle. And the last one that we are going to go do is the will training. So same thing, we'll set up the same way that we did on our original training, and then once we complete it, then we'll get a new prize.
You've got 30 seconds once you first cast lightning to hit as many targets as you can. There's a special prize for A+ students, you know.
Okay. So just stand here, make sure that we're targeted onto this guy. Oh, I actually ran out of mana on that.
A+. The Guildmaster said to award these items to anyone who excelled at the will test.
Okay, so now we have a will potion, so that will, and a resurrection file. So will potions increase your mana. So if you need to fill it back up on a pinch, that's the item that you'll use for that. Resurrection files are basically exactly what they sound like. They do pick you up when you go down. Think of it kind of like a fairy in Ocarina of Time, and they just activate automatically. You can only have 9 of them at a time.
The journey's length is of no consequence. The Oracle must be protected.
How can you be so sure? We might need you here. Who knows what battles we might face?
The signs are too strong to ignore, and the Northern Wastes have been too long isolated from the Guild. There is much I may learn there.
Well, I hope nobody thinks you're running away from a fight, trying to cheat death again. You know how people talk.
Talk is of no matter to me. May death close his eyes to you, Maze.
What are you waiting for? Come in. That was Scythe. He was a great hero once, back when he had flesh on his bones and blood in his veins. He's just a shell now. What does he know of the choices we have to make, of what it takes to get things done?
Okay, so yeah, that was an interesting little cutscene. We'll take a peek. There's a couple books here. We can read. I do believe they have lore in them. I've never actually opened them up. I just collect them as quest items. So yeah, that's there. And oh yeah, as I was saying beforehand, up by your health meter, there's a heart with a number in it. That number is the number of resurrection files you have, and you can only have 9 of them at one time. So that's the maximum amount you can carry. So once you have 9, don't bother trying to buy more or anything like that. You're just wasting your time. Alright, so now we're going to talk to the Guildmaster, and we will continue on with our adventure. This is where we're going to go into the final step of training and all that. And then, yeah, so this is the bulk of the intro done, and on the next episode when we come back we will continue on to being an adult. Until the next one though, if you did like the video, don't forget to drop a like. If you really liked it and haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to do that on your way over to your next video. And until the next one, thank you and all the best.